Reststoffen is an initiative of the Dutch water companies. The union's primary goal is to find a sustainable use for the residues released during the production of drinking water. One of these residues is limestone granules. Various industries use limestone granules. An example of one of these industries is the glass industry. However, before the granules can be used in this market, the moisture content of the limestone granules has to be lowered. This is an expensive step in the process. Currently, this is done using an external drying system. At the request of the Reststoffen Lijssel Transport, situated in 's-Hertogenbosch, developed a truck combination that makes it possible to dry the limestone granules during transportation, using the available exhaust fumes and heat. This is an innovative, cost-effective, and environmentally friendly solution. The truck is on its way to the loading address in Friesland. It's a 220 kilometers long trip that takes 3 hours. During the trip, the truck's specially designed flexible exhaust pipe directs the exhaust heat towards a double floor that is fitted in the trailer. The trailer, which later on will contain the granules, is thus preheated. The additional floor in the trailer meets special conditions. It is air and moisture permeable, but doesn't let limestone granules with a gradient of 0.5 to 3 mm through. We developed the exhaust pipe ourselves. The flexible construction can withstand temperatures of approximately 400 degrees Celsius. The exhaust fumes are blown to the bottom of the trailer. Additional air is blown into the double floor by an external fan under the trailer. Together with the exhaust fumes, this creates high air pressure, which passes through the granules. Upon arrival in Friesland, the truck gently maneuvers under the loading bays. The loading bays are equipped with electronically controlled valves, so the loading is done in equal doses. The loads accommodate approximately 60 to 100 tons of stock. The driver operates the valves himself for an evenly distributed cargo. The loaded truck drives off to the south of the Netherlands. While driving, exhaust fumes heat the cargo and the granules dry by evaporating moisture. The cargo remains in the truck during this process. The truck is positioned in a covered area. Meanwhile, the limestone granules have reached a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. The external fan under the truck is now connected to an electricity supply and blows approximately 3,500 meters cubed per hour of air into the double floor. The evaporation process is optimized by an additional heater, which brings the drawn-in air to a temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. The dried granules reach the client, who in this case is the Ardagh Glass Group in Dongen, a glass factory which manufactures, among other things, glass bottles for Coca-Cola. Using a fixed number of samples, it is checked to ensure that the granules have not exceeded the maximum moisture content of 1%. Whilst unloading the cargo, the driver maneuvers the truck in front of the underground loading bay. Given the limited capacity of the internal transportation system, this has to be done gradually. The materials are then removed to bays above the oven. Limestone granules, a residue, from producer to end user. The limestone granules are dried during the logistic process without leaving the truck. By doing this, the high costs of external drying installations and additional energy costs are eliminated. Moreover, the granules also serve as additional filter for exhaust fumes. This leads to fewer emissions of soot and CO2, and thus a cleaner environment.